Have you ever thought how your smile resembles to your mother? And you are tall like your father. Still, you don't look exactly like either of them. Even children from same parents look completely different. So the answer lies in heredity and a much bigger story called evolution. Heredity is the process by which parents pass their traits like eye color, height, hair type, blood group to their children.
You didn't choose your traits, they were quietly written inside you.
Concept of heredity cannot be completed without hierarchy. Inside the nucleus of every cell in our body, there are chromosomes. Chromosomes are made of DNA, and the small segments of DNA are called genes, and genes are the functional units of heredity. Parents produce gametes, male gamete sperm and female gamete egg. Each gamete has a half set of chromosomes. At the time of fertilization, both combine to form a zygote, and the child receives genes from both parents. Gregor Mendel, a scientist from Czech Republic known as father of genetics. He performed experiments on pea plants and explained the basic laws of inheritance. Traits are controlled by genes, units of heredity. Genes exist in pairs, called alleles. For each trait, an individual inherits one allele from the mother, one allele from the father. Mendel gave a very important concept of dominance. When both of these alleles are present together, the question arises, which trait will appear? Dominant allele. A dominant allele is one that shows its presence, no matter which other allele is paired with it. That means a dominant trait is expressed even in the heterozygous condition. Recessive allele. A recessive allele is expressed only when both alleles are recessive. That means a recessive trait is expressed only in the homozygous condition. But heredity alone doesn't explain everything. Even siblings are not identical. These differences are called variation. Variation refers to differences in traits among individuals of the same species. Variation is essential for survival. Variation arises due to three factors. Genetic recombination during sexual reproduction. Variation arises during sexual reproduction because meiosis causes genetic recombination, crossing over plus independent assortment, and fertilization mixes genes from two parents, producing new gene combinations in offspring. But before that, what is meiosis? It's a special type of cell division that produces sex cells, gametes, sperm in males and eggs, ova, in females. Variation due to mutation. A mutation is a sudden, permanent change in the DNA sequence, genetic material. DNA has nitrogen base A that is adenine, T that is thymine, G that is guanine and C that is cytosine. If even one base changes, the genetic code can change, and that may create variation. Change in DNA refers to change in gene. A gene is a part of DNA that codes for a protein. When DNA changes, gene changes, mRNA message changes, protein formed changes, trait, character changes. This leads to variation. Prominent example is sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is caused by a point mutation in hemoglobin gene, which makes RBCs sickle-shaped. Evolution is the slow and gradual change in the characteristics of organisms over many generations, resulting in the formation of new species. This type of variation is called acquired, non-genetic variation. Because it does not change DNA, it affects only the phenotype that is observable traits. A trait depends on genotype and environment. Even if two people have similar genes, the final trait can change depending on food, nutrition, temperature, sunlight, diseases, lifestyle, exercise, stress, sleep, etc. So environment changes phenotype by influencing gene activity. Environmental factors affect protein formation. Genes make proteins and proteins control traits. Environment can increase gene activity, decrease gene activity, make genes on, off. This changes protein levels and leads to variation in traits. This concept is called gene expression regulation. Phenotypic plasticity means organisms can show different phenotypes in different environments, even with same genotype. A plant grows taller in shade to reach sunlight. Same plant stays shorter in full sunlight. What is evolution? Evolution is the gradual change. Inheritable traits of a population over many generations. Evolution does not happen in one lifetime. Charles Darwin explained evolution through natural selection. He explained evolution in 3 steps. Variation exists. Environment selects useful traits. Survival of the fittest. Heredity and evolution are closely connected because evolution happens due to inherited variations. Evolutionize the accumulation of inherited variations. Heredity produces variation and variation provides raw material. Evolution selects useful variations. Without heredity, evolution cannot occur. In simplest word, heredity explains why we resemble our parents. Evolution clears why life keeps changing. And together they explain life itself.